The eyes are the window to the soul. Good afternoon, my name is Paul Simos from Big Vision Life Coach. The eyes are the window to the soul. Last night I was watching a TED talk by Benjamin Zander. Now Benjamin Zander is an orchestra conductor. He's also the musical director of the Boston Philharmonic Orchestra. And his talk last night was about transformative power with classical music. And it was a really colourful talk. I liked the metaphors, the presentation, and the explanations were really, really good. Now, there was one thing that Benjamin said that really stood out in my mind, and I'd like to share with you today. That one thing is this. When Benjamin has finished his concert or a presentation to a group of people, or even a one-to-one conversation with someone, what Benjamin does is this. He looks into their eyes, and when he does that, he looks to see if their eyes are shining. If their eyes are shining, he knows he's done a great job, he's communicated his message, and the audience have received his message well. Then he knows, I've done a great job. And when he walks off the stage, he says, shiny eyes, shiny eyes, shiny eyes. Now, on the reverse side of that, if he looks into their eyes and he sees that they aren't shining, he will ask himself a very important question. And that question is this. Why aren't their eyes shining? How did I show up that their eyes aren't shining? Interesting question, isn't it? Now, the eyes are very important in communication. They can communicate much more than we realise. When you get a look from your partner, you know you're in the good books or you're in the bad books. What about the happy eyes, the shiny eyes? What about the sad eyes, or the worried eyes, or the excited eyes, or the what's that eyes? There are many different ways we can communicate through our eyes without even saying a word. Now, in NLP, we work also with the eyes, but with NLP, we talk about the position of the eyes. Which way is the eye facing or looking? Which direction is it going? Because that determines how the person in front of me is accessing information from their brain. So if it's going in a certain way, they are either constructing a story or they are remembering a story. Or it could mean that they are accessing visual information, or they're accessing auditory information, or it can even mean that they're going through some internal talk in their mind, in their head, while they're in front of you. So by observing the direction of the eyes of the person in front of you, you can understand and know which part of the brain they're accessing to get that information. Now that's very, very valuable information. It's very interesting, but it's valuable because if I know how this person processes information, if they're more of a visual person, or they're more of a feeling person, or are they more of an auditory person? So by looking into their eyes, I know where they're going to access information, to respond to me. What I can do, I can use that very same information and feed it back to them so they really understand and get my message first time. Now that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. For example, if I'm looking at someone in front of me, I'm talking, having a conversation, and I notice they look up. So they're accessing their visual part of the brain. And then I say, okay, they're looking up more than the other area, so I think they're predominantly visual. So when I speak to them, I will speak to them in a visual language. For example, I see what you mean. Or if I have to show them something, please have a look at this. And when you speak their language of the way they access information, the way they express information, our communication is a really win-win match, and they get our message immediately and fully understand it. So my message today is, if you want to be a master communicator, we really need to pay more attention to the eyes, understanding how we can see the other person in front of us to increase our communication. Next month I'll be doing an NLP training, and that's one of the very subjects we'll be looking at are eye patterns. And once you understand the eye patterns, you can then start to become a master communicator by really getting our message across in the most effective and easiest way. That's my Mega Living message today, is to understand that shiny eyes means that they're receiving our message, and we want to build the skill to learn how to deliver the message in the way the person in front of us receives information. If we can master that, we will become master communicators. That's my Mega Living message today. If you like the video, please hit the like button down below. Also, please share by hitting the share button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that red subscribe button. Have an awesome Saturday. Talk to you next time. High five. Bye for now. And remember, shiny eyes, shiny eyes, shiny eyes.